Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the
Yeah.
Combat Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Alan. This is your other host, Simkai. This is
How you
episode
doing?
51.
Episode 51. Yeah. Episode 51 of the Combat Sports Record podcast. If you don't know, now you know. I kind of had
Yes,
to do
sir.
that. But yeah, before we get into it, give us a follow on Instagram. We go Combat Sports Report with a Z. All of our links are in the bio. We got a Facebook page, X. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube. But yeah, so, and then also shout out, I've shouted it out before, but shout out to Procuremate AI. So that's my boys' business over here. So definitely show them some love on Instagram. Follow them at Procuremate AI. And yeah, I guess let's jump into it, Alan. Oof, that was quite the card on Saturday.
Yes, sir. I don't think anybody saw it going the way that it did, but Charlie Olives went out there and proved to everybody that he's bigger, he's badder, he's stronger. Bro, it was a one-sided domination. Everybody said it was going to be a one-sided ass whooping, but everybody had it the wrong way. Charles Oliveira was like a 2-1 underdog. He went there and won every single round dominantly. You know, he picked up and slammed Max at will. Max could not get up. He couldn't do shit. Oliveira was just tying him up, cranking that jaw. It
That was
was
hard
it
to
was
watch.
very impressive.
That was hard to watch, to be honest. Like
Why? Because it
as a
was cool? Or because it
Oh
was
no, I
so
mean
boring?
like listen, grappling is a part of MMA obviously, but like watching
Mhm.
like Max Holloway, someone that many of us love and respect as a legend, like get
Yep.
it a man who just puts his heart on the line and tries to like destroy his opponent, him getting like dominated and taking down was not easy to watch. I actually watched it with my own dad. He actually popped in for the main event. He usually doesn't watch UFC, but he even knew this was going to be a good one, and even he was like, "This is really like this sucks to see." Like, well, what can you do? I
Listen, it's
mean,
part of the game. A lot of people were calling it a boring fight. They were like, "Oh, this is not what BMF is about." I could not disagree more. I think the way that Charles Oliveira took him down was insane. He did such nice trips, nice sweeps. He used judo, which was, bro, it looked beautiful the way he got him down. And once he got him down, it was one sided. It was elbows from the back, it was neck cranks, face cranks. It was sheer domination. There was not one moment of that fight where Max was winning. And that includes on the feet where Charles Oliveira was landing bombs. So I disagree with the consensus that it was a boring fight.
no,
It
no, I don't
wasn't a
think it's important.
it was I think it was the second BMF fight that wasn't a finish, right? There was
Yeah, was there?
Holloway versus was also not a finish.
Wait, Holloway versus who was not a finish?
Dustin Poirier. That
Oh
was also a
yeah,
big
true,
fight.
true.
I,
We
I
forget
forgot
about
about
that one. We
it.
forget
Yeah.
about that. But yeah, that actually wasn't a finish either. So only two so far have not ended in finishes. But the
Mhm.
stat that it's never been, well, actually, it has been defended.
By Holloway, I guess.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we we said that it would be. Oh yeah, so I guess
Listen, we
Holloway's still
forgot.
BMF.
I forgot that was for the BMF belt. I can't even lie.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was. I remember it being like a normal lightweight bout. Sometimes it just
Yeah.
slips my mind that that was actually for like the BMF title, Holloway and Poirier in his last fight.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? Good for Charles Oliveira. Everybody counted him out, and he goes out and dominates like that. I think he reminded people why he's at the top of the lightweight division. Honestly, we might have to see Arman versus Oliveira again.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Arman and Oliveira for the BMF title. I mean, the thing with Arman is that he's kind of he's being weird a little bit with like the UFC lightweight title shot. He's just expecting them to give it to him,
Well,
which
he
isn't.
should get it. He's the number one contender by a long shot.
I mean, you're right, but like again, people have to be like active and like at least showing that like okay, I'm ready. What?
It's not. It's not like he's not active, bro. He just did a grappling match against Muhammad Mukayev and put Mukayev to sleep. Yeah, it's a crazy weight difference, but bro, it's not like he's not training. It's not like he's saying no to fights. He's saying yes to fights. The UFC is just not giving him the title shot because they don't like his behavior, which I think is also bullshit. Like, he's a fighter and he's one of the best. Give him the fucking title shot and stop being so bureaucratic.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's a little trick. I mean, you're right in the sense that he's done a lot in the division and should be considered the next one for the belt. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe there's things I'm not seeing behind the scenes because Dana has said a couple of things.
Yeah.
But
he's the only person who's not a champion who beat Charles Oliveira.
That's true. That's kind of crazy.
Islam and Ilya.
I think you got to do that one. Arman versus Oliveira 2 for the BMF title.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I don't really know who else could face Oliveira now either. Like Arman beat him, but I don't know who else would we put against Oliveira. He beat Chandler twice.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't know about McGregor, but he was calling out Conor
House card.
Yeah, oh yeah, we got to talk about that too. I mean, is there any more fights on the last card we should go over before we jump into that?
Yeah, RoboCop getting his vengeance against Bruno Ferreira knocked him out with one shot. I think they got to make that, bro. They got to do a rubber match, third fight between the two of them. I mean, knockout 1-1 on each side. Both ended in knockouts in the first round. You have to do that as like the main event of a fight night or something.
Yeah,
run that shit back.
Definitely. They definitely got to run that shit back. I mean, like a trilogy fight, like RoboCop versus the Hulk. Like, yeah, I would definitely see. I mean, honestly, that could also make a pretty good co-main. But then again, maybe it should get the spotlight. We would have to see.
On a fight night?
What?
Co-main on a fight night or on a pay-per-view?
Honestly, either could work. I would say pay-per-view maybe.
I'd say pay-per-view. I say no shot it can be co-main or anything less on a fight night. It has to be either on the main card of a pay-per-view or main event of a fight night. I don't see any other option. Bro, they're two ranked guys. They each knocked each other out one time. That was Bruno Ferreira's UFC debut where he knocked out RoboCop, and then he just got knocked out by RoboCop. You got to run that shit back.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other way to look about it.
Fact. Also, real quick, I think Cody Brundage and Dante Johnson should both be cut from the UFC because that was one
Holy crap, that was terrible.
All fights I've ever seen in my life.
Jesus Christ. It was a split decision, too. Like, Dante Johnson could have very well lost his undefeated record. I did not like that performance by him.
Brundage looked like mentally he was just destroyed. I don't know why. He was doing well. I thought he won the first round. Dante Johnson had nothing for him. Dante Johnson looked like he couldn't freaking fight. His stand-up looked whack. His grappling looked whack. But Brundage didn't want to do anything. It was honestly one of the shittiest performances from both guys that I've seen. And I don't mean to be talking shit, but bro, come on. If this is the UFC, I'm sorry, size and power don't really do it for me. They don't really tickle my fancy. So even though, yes, Dante Johnson has some knockouts, bro, tactically, I like to see really good technique. I really enjoy that. There was not a shred of technique in that fight above blue belt level at all. I've seen better fights at amateur shows.
Yeah,
it really bothers me. I had to say that. I don't mean to be a hater, but that fight I'm a hater of.
Yeah. You know what I will say, though? You know what was a really fucking weird fight? Like, I don't even know if I would say bad. Well, maybe a little bit, but the prelim feature, the Cody Garbrandt fight. What the fuck?
Everybody
what the hell happened in that fight, man? Jesus, like Zhao Long was like, he kicked him in the balls like 3 times.
He got 2 points deducted in the same round.
Yeah, that was that. I don't even. I've never even heard of that before, to be honest.
That was yeah, it was
That literally cost him the fight.
yeah, he lost by split decision also by 1 point on all three judges' scorecards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can you imagine if you only got 1 point taken and it was a tie? If it was a draw across all the cards,
Yeah.
that would have been shitty too. But honestly, I'm gonna say this: I still think Zhao Long got robbed. I thought he won every round, all 3 rounds. I thought Cody lost all 3 rounds, and I think okay, they took two rounds away from Zhao Long. I thought it was gonna be 28-27. Long. It ended up being 28-27 Garbrandt. I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be a little biased right now. I mean, as a Cody Garbrandt fan, I am not unhappy that he won, but I definitely will admit that it was a little weird.
More than a little. I don't know how many times we've seen a UFC fighter throw up in the octagon in a
Jesus, that was
bucket.
bad. That was bad. Like they literally brought a bucket out in the octagon. And and it wasn't even just dry heaving. You could see like you actually threw up like in the bucket. And that was that was brutal.
Hence the point of the bucket.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that was the weirdest fight of the card. There wasn't too many like finishes on the card in itself, besides obviously like some important fights. The first fight was a finish. Bellato, weird kind of finish, but
Versus
finish.
men. Yeah. There was 2 other finishes, I believe, on that card. There were 4 bonuses given out. Kyle Bahio versus Ranier the Ritter. The Ritter looked like he didn't really want to be there. Drew Dober knocked out Michael Johnson. That was a pretty
That was crazy.
knockout.
That was really insane. Drew Dober, I mean, I figured he was gonna win that fight, but like the way he did it, like, and I think now he has the most knockouts in lightweight.
Does he?
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw something like that. Yeah, he might.
Good for him. Good for him. He's the Michael Johnson of lightweight, even though he just slept with Michael
Damn,
Johnson.
dude. Nah, but I mean, no, that was a very good performance by Drew. I mean, honestly, I could be wrong here, but I think he should get another shot at the top 15.
I think
I
so
feel
too.
I feel like that's well deserved. Like he's an amazing fighter. Like he definitely deserves to get another top 15 shot. Like no
Yeah.
chance.
Oh shit! Here's one that we forgot about. Alberto Montez with the
Oh.
craziest anaconda I've ever seen. That shit, he literally looked like a snake when he
Yeah,
wrapped it
dude.
up.
Yeah, he got a performance of the night of that for that too.
Yeah.
Like that
Tercios.
was crazy.
Oh, Tercios went to sleep in, I would say, under 10 seconds of being in that choke. That is a tight fucking squeeze.
Tertius,
Like,
I don't know how much they're gonna give him going forward. He's lost a
neither.
lot of fights. So
They just cut a couple of fighters. They cut AJ Cunningham. They cut Chris Moutinho again. They cut Phil Rowe. They cut Gavin Tucker. They cut somebody else too.
I feel like I know, but I forgot.
Yeah, me too. But they cut 5 guys. So roster is being thinned.
Well, I mean, I think Contender is probably also going to come back soon, so they're probably trying to get ready for that, for future tough seasons and all of that. I mean, that always brings new people on the roster, so I guess we'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Besides all of those, I think there was only 4 finishes on the card. 1, 2, no,
not a lot of on the card.
Only 4 finishes on this card. You know, it was also another interesting fight. Kyle Bojado, Reiner de Ritter. What do you think of that fight?
Kyle Bahio looked way more mentally there, like he wanted to fight. Reiner de Ritter looked like he wanted, like the pressure was a little bit getting to him, like the lights were getting to him. It's not He obviously still knows how to fight. He's obviously a very good fighter. He said he was going to move up to 205 after that fight, I think, which makes a lot of sense, bro. He's a massive middleweight, 6'4", crazy reach. I just think maybe that cut does something to him. He looked tired in there, and Kyle did not, and that was the difference. Although I'll say this, I did not agree that it was 30-27 Kyle. I gave it to
I would say 29-28.
yeah, the fact that it was unanimous 30-27, I didn't like that at all. But
Yeah.
what can you do? The right guy
Now, what
won.
can you do? Barallo definitely put on a great performance. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously he's not going to be next, like right next there for the shot, but I think
he's close.
that he's close. No, he's definitely close. What is he, like number 7 now?
Yeah, I think he was number 7, and I think Rainier the Ritter was like number 9 or something. So 7 beat 9. I don't know if he moves up or if he stays where he is, but he's 1 to 2 fights away from fighting for the belt, I believe.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we all know what's going to happen in the division next. Obviously, Hamzat and Imavov. There's
Hopefully.
that end
Or
of
no,
this
bro.
month. End of this month, we
Yep.
got an interesting fight between Adesanya and Pfeiffer, headlining Seattle.
Is that ranked? Ranked, right?
Yeah. Adesanya is 5. I think Joe Pfeiffer is like 15.
The tough fight for Izzy.
That's a really tough. Yeah, that's going to be a tough fight. I mean, if Izzy gets knocked out by Pfeiffer, it's not going to be a good look.
Not at all. Not at
But
all.
But if Adesanya can put on a vintage performance and use some of that style bending and like land a crazy ass knockout, yeah, then I think
Number 4 versus number 14. Damn, Joe Pfeiffer's getting a real step up.
oh they moved him up. Probably because of the Kaio and Rainier
Ritter.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also Strickland probably moved up because he knocked out Fluffy.
True. Very good point.
Yeah.
But okay, other than that, we had Jai Opetaia fight Brandon.
Fuck. Dude, that was okay.
Controversy around it. Do you know? You want to talk to us about some of the controversy that was surrounding it? Yeah.
I mean, like, I know some of the controversy in the sense that, like, I thought it was controversial because I thought like Jai was gonna like knock him the fuck out, but maybe that's not what you're alluding to.
Situation. Do you know about that?
I didn't know what you meant by that, but yeah. I'll jump into that. So basically, as we all know in boxing, there's 4 main sanctioning bodies. There's the WBC World Boxing Council. There's the IBF International Boxing Federation. There's the WBA World Boxing Association, and then there's the World Boxing Association. Oh, then there's a WBO, the World Boxing Organization. Then there's like a couple of other ones. There's the International Boxing Organization, IBO, which does get some recognition.
I thought it was WBC.
No, WBC is one of the most well known. But
that one we said WBA instead, I think.
No. WBA, WBO, WBC, and IBF. Those are the 4 main boxing sanctioning.
Then you got Ring. You got a couple other
Ring, IBO, now Zuffa. I don't know if Zuffa's like. Well, actually, it probably is quite up there now. But yeah. So basically, the IBF was being very weird with this fight. Originally, they said like, "Oh no, we're not going to sanction this fight. If he takes this fight, we're going to strip him." Then they said, "Okay, we're going to allow him to do this fight." And then I think like a day before the fight, they were just like, "Oh no, we're not going to let him do it again. Like we're going to like when he wins the title, we're going to like vacate him." So like I don't know. There's like a lot of weird boxing politics behind the scene that I thought was quite strange. I mean, like, what's the point of like all of this bullshitting? Like, people are here to watch boxing. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's
anti-establishment. It's like what the government did.
Yeah. Maybe they don't like Dana White, like, kind of getting into the boxing territory. I don't know. But
corrupt organizations never like when someone tries to come in and clean it up. It's
no,
like what the government Musk. It's like what boxing is trying to do with Dana. Dana's starting something that actually can challenge the current four organizations. And so they're like, we don't. Apparently, Jai Opataya's manager or somebody, they found messages saying that these organizations were going to collude to try to stop Zuffa Boxing from getting bigger. So that seems to me to be blatantly antitrust. If that's true,
It's weird too.
I think Dana. I think Dana can absolutely sue them if it turns out to be an antitrust type of situation, because they were supposed to. I don't know. You're not supposed to be able to stop competitors from entering the marketplace.
Also, you have to look at the fact that Ring sanctioned it, and Ring is like one of the like Ring magazine, like Ring TV, like they're one of the biggest and not just like of the modern era, like in the past with like the greats like Muhammad Ali, like Mike Tyson, like Ring was big back then. And if someone like Ring sanctions this fight, I don't see why everyone else can't sanction the fight. I mean, it just seems like a bunch of baloney and like you said, like trying to hide corruption or whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely.
But overall, in the actual fight, Brandon Glanton did, and Alan kind of called this. He said like the way Brandon Glanton was at like the face-offs, like the way he was kind of like serious about it, made it seem like he wasn't just going to get pushed over. And lo and behold, Brandon Glanton did pretty good. He took Jai to the judges' scorecards, and he even landed a couple of good shots. I don't think he like buckled him or anything like that, but
just say this: I thought Glanton won the first 2 rounds. I gave him the first 2 rounds, and then every round after I gave to Jai Opataya. So it was very clear who won that fight. But Glanton did not come there just to be like, walk through. He came as a legit title challenger, and respect to him for trying. He looked pretty good out there. He left with a pretty big hematoma that kind of reminded me almost of Joanna Jędrzejczyk. But yeah, it was a pretty good fight. Speaking of Joanna Jędrzejczyk, real quick, her fight versus Zhang Weili, the first one where she ended up looking like a Megamind, is now inducted into the Hall of Fame, and now Joanna Jędrzejczyk is in there for a second time.
Yeah, that was a well-deserved. I watched that fight too. That was a very great fight. Like really, both fighters were putting their hearts into that. I mean,
best female MMA fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, one top female MMA fights for what I've seen.
I can't think of another one that's better.
True, but I can. Oh, now you kind of got me thinking though. Like, but to clear this off, like, congratulations to Zhang Weili, Joanna. I'm bad with the last name. Yeah, Jędrzejczyk. Like they did an amazing job. Like they both 100% deserve to be in there. But speaking about women's fights, I mean, we kind of got to talk about the Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey fight that's coming up, and they just announced a co-main also, like a pretty good one. Francis Ngannou versus Philippe Lins. Like that's a solid fight. That's a solid ass fight. Both have UFC experience. What happened?
That does not leave the first round.
Oh yeah, but Francis is probably going to knock him out, to be honest.
Yeah. Props to Felipe Lins for having the balls to take that fight. They must be compensating like a motherfucker, bro.
You know what was crazy though? Did you see like the press conference?
No.
So
I saw like 2.
Ronda called up the UFC, and she said that like the way they're treating some of these big name fighters, like they're underpaying them. Like she referenced John Jones because obviously there's a lot of controversy. If you want to get into that, like about the White House card, like apparently he was supposedly in negotiations and nothing came of it. So there was like a lot of anger on his part, and even fighters in the MMA community were reacting about it, saying like, "Oh shit, that's kind of fucked up." So.
I'll say this. I don't have any insight into the business workings of the UFC. Don't know how it works. Don't know what they're about. But I will say this. I thought John Jones retired multiple times already. I thought his last fight was going to be against Stipe. I thought that was him sailing off into the sunset. He retired multiple times, and now he's saying, "Oh, I'm still on the UFC roster. I'm still here." I thought he retired. I thought he was done. And so him saying I'm leaving now has literally no effect on me as a fan because I already thought he was done. Now, separating that from the pay issue, there is a glaring disparity between how, let's say, MMA fighters get paid and how boxers get paid, which is presumably why Tom Aspinall, former / current heavyweight champion, is now being represented by Eddie Hearn, who was a competitor to Dana White in boxing. I think for Tom Aspinall, it's a smart move in terms of negotiating for his contract. I think it's a risky move in case he ever loses. If he ever loses and he's represented by Eddie Hearn, it is Foxville. It is not good for Tom Aspinall's outlook in the UFC, right? Tom Aspinall looks like he's positioning himself against the UFC, which seems like what every heavyweight champion in the UFC does, to be honest. Look at Francis, look at John Jones, look at Aspinall. You have a lot of these examples, Brock Lesnar even. So I think that there wouldn't be so much talk about this fighter pay gap if there wasn't some truth to it. It seems like there is some truth to it, especially when you compare it to what boxers are making. Like they gave what's his face? Who am I thinking of? Please help me out. $15 million contract in boxing.
Oh, Conor Benn?
Yes, Conor Benn. They gave Conor Benn a $15 million boxing contract for Zuffa, but nobody in the UFC, not even Alex Pereira, is making that kind of money. So
it's crazy. It really is crazy. Like,
yeah, you got to change up at least a little bit.
And you know what they said also?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, because now that you're bringing up good points, and I wanted to add on to that before I forgot. But even Ronda said that I think Dana, like, and the UFC, they got like $360 billion or something like that. They got like that much of money.
7.7.
Yeah,
7.7 billion.
Like, if you're getting that much fucking money, like, I'm sorry, but you kind of, I mean, I know everything else costs a lot, venues, like other staff and stuff like that, but the real people that are making this business go are the fighters. Like, you gotta give them a better cut of that.
I agree with you, but at the end of the day, we have zero insight into how the UFC functions as an organization, what money goes to what, right? So you could have money going to the venues, money going to the people who set it up. We don't know how much these events cost. And especially, let's look at the White House event separately. UFC said they're going to lose like $30 million on that card, okay? With setting everything up, with paying all the fighters. It's very possible that they are losing that. I think it's not just possible. I think they're probably understating how much money they're going to lose. And then add to that fighters that want tens of millions of dollars, it makes it slightly difficult for the UFC. Because yes, they got one infusion of $7.7 billion, but from a business perspective, it's not ARR. It's not annual recurring revenue. It is not like they generate that much money all the time. Let's say each pay-per-view event they get generates, let's be super generous, right? $50 million. I'd say that's about reasonable. $50 million.
No, definitely reasonable.
And then you have to, let's say half of that goes to the venue and setting everything up. Now you're left with $25 million. $25 million across the, let's say each card on average has about 12 fights. So let's say on average $25 million left for 25 fighters or so, 20, just to make the math simple. That's about $1 million per fighter. But then you got to consider the fighters at the top of the card are obviously getting paid way more than the ones at the bottom, right? So some fighters might get more than $1 million, which means other fighters have to get less, right? And then you have to pay everybody in the organization that is not fighting. And where do you think that money comes from? right?
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff is people just not understanding how businesses actually operate. Is my opinion. That said, there's got to be some way that you can change the financial composition of the UFC to properly compensate these athletes, because I am right there with everybody else. I think these guys should be getting paid more. And I think it's a very convenient excuse for the UFC to say, oh, we can't afford it. But it's also not entirely untrue. The way they run right now, maybe they can't afford it. But with a couple of changes, I think they would be able to. It's just about thinking through those changes.
Oh yeah.
And it's just not that, it's not as easy as everybody thinks. Oh, just add another zero to the check. Like, you have to have somewhere to pull the money from.
Yeah.
You don't just have an infinite
It's a lot
money.
more. It's a lot more complicated than many people think. I feel like there's kind of a. I don't know if the people watching will get this term. I feel like it's a very casual take of like what actually happens with the UFC and the brass and like paying their fighters. There's a lot of stuff that we don't see for ourselves behind the scenes. I mean, obviously, one aspect that none of us ever see is like the negotiation aspect, unless someone decides to reveal it, which I feel like isn't really the right thing to do because it is negotiations. But like for example, like someone like Hunter Campbell, like or Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, like they're the ones that are interacting with many of these fighters. Well, not fighters per se, but many of their agents, like the Kawa brothers, like Ali Abdelaziz, like Danny Rubinstein, like there are many agents that like get into negotiations with them, and there's many things that we don't know that happens behind the scenes. Like that's
That is
just very,
basically the entire job of a manager or an
yeah.
agent. Negotiate with the organization. And so you're basically hiring a negotiator to negotiate on your behalf. And some of these negotiators are good, some of them are not as good, but all of them have to deal with the underlying reality of the business model of the UFC, right? And then when you talk about changing that business model, that's kind of outside the manager's purview. Like, it's not really possible for the manager to be like, yo, you should stop paying these people and pay these people instead. You know, it's a tough balancing act. But one that does need to be figured out, right? So realistically, what you want the UFC to do is to find a way to cut their expenses. That way you free up more cash, and when you have more cash idle, you have larger ability to negotiate for that free cash.
Yeah. No, I agree with everything you just said. You said it quite said it quite perfectly.
Thank
But
you, sir. I gave business class breakdown of the UFC.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty much everything we have from this week and the last events in terms of Zuffa and the UFC numbered card.
Yep.
But Alan, shall we get to our upcoming card for this weekend?
I actually think we have something on in 20 minutes. Mason Fowler versus Machado in UFC BJJ 6.
Oh shit, UFC BJJ 6 is today? Okay, well, give us a quick rundown of that.
Let's see all the details here. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen? There you go.
Sure.
All right.
That's gay.
That's gay, you said? That's fucked up.
I said let's get it. I didn't say that's gay.
Yeah, I heard that's gay, but all right. All right. So on the main card, we have Mason Fowler, a monster under Caio Terra. Thank you. Under Caio Terra. He's the current light heavyweight champion in UFC BJJ. He's taking on Pedro Machado, another beast. Fionn Davis, former winner, former ADCC champion, taking on Cassia Mora, a super prospect right now, also for the belt. Then we got Elder Cruz versus Nicky Rodriguez.
Ooh,
The black belt Slayer is here. It's his.
he's off the fight pass. He's on BJJ now. Look
That's
out,
right.
everybody.
He's taking on Elder Cruz, who's wrestling in Top Pressure is pretty dope. But I got Nicky Rodriguez by domination. I mean, this guy is a one of one. He was tapping black belts as a blue belt. He's just a freak athlete. So really exciting fight there. Marcos Mendez is fighting Mayram Makin. I don't know too much about either of these guys, to be honest with you. I do know Jasmine Rocha. Jasmine Rocha is the daughter of Wagner Rocha. I believe
I feel like I've heard of that name.
Wagner Rocha, he was a dog. I think he's retired now, but he was a very tough, very grizzled vet of ADCC. He competed in basically everything. Very respected black belt. And then now his daughter is fighting in UFC BJJ. Lucas Norad versus Devontae Johnson. Don't know too much about them. But I'll say this: Jussier Formiga is taking on Joao Miao.
Wow. I remember he actually. This isn't his first time competing on there. I'm pretty sure I saw him compete on another BJJ card.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Very
sure.
talented fighter.
Jussier Formiga.
Yeah, I don't know if many people know this, but he actually beat he beat Pantoja, but didn't he also? I'm pretty sure he beat Figgy. He also beat Figgy. I'm pretty sure.
So.
Yeah, like people like under. I mean, he didn't have like the best run at the end, but like he beat some pretty impressive opponents, and he fought Benavidez twice.
Look. He beat Sergio Pettis. Then he beat Davison Figueiredo. He lost to Joseph Benavidez. He lost to Moreno. Lost to Alex Perez. And then he beat Felipe Bunes, who almost beat what's his face like 2 weeks ago in UFC Mexico.
Boraz?
No, bald guy.
Gurul?
No, bald guy, flyweight. He fought Johnson. He fought Van. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, we might have to look this up.
Edgar Shiras, thank you.
Oh yeah, Shiras. Yeah. Very impressive fighter as well.
Yeah. So just going back to Jussier Formiga, he is now taking on Joao Miao, who is a dog. Joao Miao is one half of the Miao brothers. The Miao brothers are renowned.
Yeah, I remember them.
Brothers.
Weren't they helping out with that pit submission grappling and karate combat? I remember that they were helping out with that. Guess it didn't work out.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I just realized you couldn't see my screen while I was navigating to these other tabs.
No, you're good, bro.
But Joao Miao, he's a dog. He's tiny too. Him and his brother are tiny, but they're beasts. Oh my God. Okay.
Now.
Let me just share this screen real quick so you can see his achievements. Okay, you see my screen?
Whoa. No, that's a holy shit.
Do you see this?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. There's like
First
a fucking like, what is that?
World Champion 2019. So Nogi, IBJJF Nogi World Champion 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019. In the gi, he got it in 2019. Pans, he won 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Pans Nogi, he won 2015, 2018. Bro, look at this. Where is there ADCC anywhere? No, I don't see ADCC anywhere. But still, bro, look at this shit. You see this?
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. And this is the Miao brothers. This is both of them. I'm not gonna lie, I can't tell which one is which, but I mean,
are they identical?
I believe so. Look, when you look at this, 226 wins, 115.
Oh. 115 submissions. So they have an 100% finish rate. Wow.
No, not 100% finish rate.
Oh no.
So 226 wins, 115 subs. I'd say about half. So
Oh wow.
a little bit more than 50% finish rate by submission. Yeah, 51%. Yeah. So
And that's
it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a great card.
yeah, and that's actually tonight. I did not. I kind of slipped my mind that that's tonight. So
Yes, sir. That's why I'm here to remind everybody.
you
You
know
don't
what?
know, now you know.
Give me 1 second to just actually post that on the Combat Sports Report page. I forgot.
Yes. All right. And now, while you do that, I will take us to. Oh, I forgot that I'm not sharing my screen anymore. So let's go to this weekend's upcoming fight card. You see my screen?
Yep.
Josh
Oh,
Eckley
great.
takes on Kevin Vallejos.
Yes, sir. That's a great. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really good main event. I mean, both of these guys are like
Great
killers inside
poster
of the
too.
octagon. What?
Great poster too. It's like
Oh yeah.
UFC has
Oh,
had
yeah.
a resurgence with their posters. I like it.
The Paramount era is starting off good.
Yes, sir. All right. We'll go over the main card for this one. The fuck is with
And
this?
then, damn, Alan, what did you do, man?
My
Come
best
on,
friend,
dude. Why are you fucking up the?
my best friend Charles Johnson is fighting again. Yo, Charles Johnson needs a crazy fight if he wins this one.
Johnson always has some sort of hairdo that I'm like always looking at.
He always has some shit in the back of his head. Like it's like he wants you to think he's bald, but he's actually not.
Yeah, dude. Like I mean, originally it kind of gave me like a monk vibe a little bit, but
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
my.
But
Okay.
is there any fights that we should touch on the prelims? Anything that shoots out to you before we touch upon this main card?
Sure. So all of these are solid fights. Elijah Smith, very young. I'm not going to go too deep into this fight. Elijah Smith, young prospect, father used to be in the UFC. I think he's like 23 now.
Yeah, very talented.
Yes. Quick highlight, Bia Mosquito. She is one of the best female jiu-jitsu artists on planet Earth. Not just in the UFC, on planet Earth. Like she very well could win ADCC. She is a fucking monster. She's undefeated, 6-0. I understand most people are not too hyped about female fights, but if you're ever going to be hyped about a female prospect, this girl is basically a combination of Ronda Rousey and Amanda Nunes. Keep an eye out for her. All right. Then really quickly working our way up. Another awesome fight. Balaji Oki, great fighter. All right.
Me.
Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. You know where I'm going.
Fuck, man. I didn't even know this fight was on the card, but now that I do,
It's the Beck season. You know what I'm saying? Wick the Beck season.
that is one hell of a fight right there, dude.
Yeah.
Holy
so we
shit.
got Chris Curtis. We got Chris Curtis taking on Muktabek Orolbai. All right. This is a crazy fight. We can see where the experience advantage lies. Height is identical. Weight, obviously, identical. Reach, Curtis has 1.5 inches in reach. I don't think that's going to do too much. I believe Muktabek is the younger fighter. He also has a good amount of experience. I believe Muktabek Orolbai gets this fight done. I think he finishes Chris Curtis by knockout.
I wouldn't put it past that. I mean, listen, Chris Curtis has definitely seen it all. I mean, look at his record. It's 32 wins, 12 losses. How many fights has he had in the UFC? Does it say? Like, I feel like it's over 10, but I could be wrong.
I think it's like 6. That's my
Really? I feel like it's definitely more than 6.
guess. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see. I'm very curious to see what how many fights he's actually had. Okay. Okay, so oh yeah, his last win was against Max Griffin. Then Kopylov beat him by knockout in the third round. And then, oh yeah, Brendan Allen beat him in a rematch for 5 rounds, split decision. What other ones were there? Do we know? Yo? No, no problem.
Uh, is my camera on?
Yeah, no, your camera's not on. I can hear you though. Did it cut
Okay,
out?
sorry about that. Yeah, technical difficulties. All right, let me go back to sharing my screen.
Yeah, no problem. I could just yeah, we could just edit that out. Who cares? Uh
Yes. Okay, so Chris Curtis has 11 fights in the UFC. So I
11.
was wrong
Okay,
by
so
a
more
fact.
than 10.
Yes. But his last one was July of last year. So it's been a minute. You there?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm just reading.
Got it. All right.
Definitely. Oh yeah, that's kind of crazy, dude. Like Imavov and him had like a no contest, and now
Yeah.
Imavov is like next in line for the title.
Yeah, but that fight was not especially competitive. Imavov was
No, definitely not.
beating Chris Curtis. Imavov is a very, very high level striker to do what he did to Chris Curtis,
Oh
even
yeah.
though that was no contest. Weird stuff going on apparently between Chris Curtis and Sean Strickland. Apparently they're not boys anymore
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, that's crazy because they were always boys like in the past. So
Yeah.
they both
Who do you
trained
got
with
winning
Nick
this one?
Sick. Who do I got winning? Honestly, I'm kind of with you. I think it's going to be Orla probably by sub.
My sub? Rear naked choke, you think?
Yeah, rear naked choke, maybe second round. Because I feel like Chris is someone who might give at least a little bit of trouble in the first round. And then once it gets into the second round, I feel like Orlabai would have made all the reads that he needs necessary and probably sink in a rear naked choke. Yeah,
I don't
that's my
know, honestly.
prediction.
I feel like Chris Curtis is the guy that usually needs more reads, and Oralby just goes in for the kill whenever he can. Maybe. Let's see what happens. I'm giving it to Oralby, but I think Oralby wins round one. Maybe he finishes him round two or late in round one.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
So a little okay, so we both have Orlabai.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, Tavares and Anders.
Tavares versus Anders is a great fight. Neither of
Veteran
them are ranked,
show
but
right there.
yeah, it's a fun fight. You got very close reach, very close leg reach. Height is identical, both coming off of a loss. Brad Tavares, I believe, still has the most fights in middleweight history. Eric Anders, I don't think is too far behind that. Both guys very talented. Who do you got winning this one?
Ooh, I don't want to go with Tavares here. I feel like Tavares is he's kind of proven like obviously maybe not all these recent fights have gone his way, but he still had pretty recent victories if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like he's seen a lot in the octagon with who he's faced. I mean, people forget he's faced Adesanya, he's faced Robert Whitaker, he's faced pretty much everyone in the division that's gotten big. Like he's always been put in front of them. So, and Anders, I mean Eric Anders isn't like a rising contender at the moment. He's also someone that's fought lots of people like in the division. It's kind of hard to say because both of them are very experienced veterans. But I'm kind of leaning towards Brad Tavares on this one by maybe unanimous decision.
Yeah, I also think this one goes to decision, and I'm also leaning Tavares. I think Anders has pretty solid wrestling, but I think Tavares is like an actual wrestler. I think his wrestling just looks more crisp, whereas Anders likes to clinch a lot against the fence, which could be useful. But against a guy like Tavares, I think Tavares knows how to navigate the clinch, and he's going to be able to reverse. Striking, I think Anders is a little bit more clean. I don't know if Tavares is going to be able to take down Anders.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think Tavares is. I think it's going to be a unanimous decision. I just think both of these. I can't see really either of these guys finishing the other. I
I
feel like
can.
they.
I low key can see, yeah, if there's a finish, I think Anders knocks out Tavares. I don't think Tavares can really finish Anders.
Really?
Yeah. But I think I'd say there's a 60% chance Tavares wins by decision. Or like
Okay.
not 60%.
Maybe like
I'll say
70.
no, I'll say it this way. I'll say 40% chance Tavares wins by decision, then 30% chance that Anders wins by decision, then like 20% chance that Anders wins by knockout, and then the other 10% I'd say Tavares by something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in terms. I mean, I guess you're definitely right with all of you what you said. I mean, I still think the largest percentage the percentage that I could see playing out the most is probably Brad Tavares by
Yeah,
decision.
agreed.
I feel like he kind of knows what to expect in the octagon from all sorts of opponents. So
He's also getting older and he's been chinned like a bit
yeah, how
recently.
old is Brad? Let me look this up.
Early 40s. I'd say
Early
like
40s.
41. I'd say like 41.
41 is your prediction.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 38 or 39, but let's see.
Let's see. I'd say at the youngest he's probably 39.
Hmm. Oh, I found them. I thought they took them off the ESPN website. Oh, 38.
38. Okay, so you were right.
Oh,
But
shit.
still,
Anders is also 38. So they're the same age. They have the same reach.
same.
Uh, yeah, same reach, same height. Oh, yeah. Everything's equal, dude. Same age, same height, same reach. Hmm. No one has the clear advantage here.
I'd say Tavares has a little bit of a grappling advantage and Anders has a little bit of a striking advantage here.
Okay.
Close fight. I'm leaning. You know what? Fuck it. I take it back. I'm leaning Anders now.
Okay. Now you kind of set me up though.
Hit it.
Hit it.
Hit it.
Okay. So
No,
I've said
too
this.
long of a wind up. Say it, or I'm gonna say it.
Okay, fine. I've said it a billion times. If me and Alan disagree on a fight, you know this
Don't curse.
fight's gonna be a goddamn fucking banger.
What
You
does that have
can't
to
miss
do with
this
this?
fight. What? What'd you
No.
say, boy?
I said, what does God have to do with this, bro? Stop turning it into.
Okay, yeah. Well, God, you know what? God's also an MMA fan, so give me a pass here. So, Baruch Hashem, God bless Hashem. We love you, man. Keep blessing us with MMA. But yeah. The point I'm trying to make here is that if me and Alan disagree on a fight, you know that fight's gonna be a fucking banger. So you don't want to miss that fight. And this fight, I mean, we're a little like on the fence about who we think's gonna win, but I feel like that even more makes it something that you want to watch. So,
yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun fight. I don't necessarily know that it ends in a finish, but I think it's gonna be fun regardless. These guys like to fight. They're older. They ain't got shit to lose. They're like, let me go out there and fucking die on my sword.
yeah. Now let's get to the prelim featured bout.
Speaking of dying on a sword, bro, Steven Asplund draws who he calls a male model and a Dwayne The Rock Johnson lookalike, Vitor Petrino.
I kind of don't see that, to be honest. I don't think he looks like Dwayne.
Well, that's what Asplund said.
I think he looks like a. Well, kind of looks like a heavyweight version of Aldo.
I can see that. I can see that.
That's like the first thing that comes to mind. Like he looks like Jose Aldo if Jose Aldo was at heavyweight.
I
So
don't think who he reminds me of. Can't really tell. He's a big fucking dude, though.
yeah, dude. This guy, and remember everyone, this guy was originally a light heavyweight who was on a tear, and now he's moved up to the heavyweight division.
Well, it says that his weight is 225, so he's not the heaviest heavyweight.
No, but but what's the limit for heavyweight? I think it's like 225 above, isn't it? Or two?
206 and up. 206 to 265.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. That's crazy though with heavyweights, but
But
they have like a
Aspinall is
lot
the
of
full 260
yeah.
with a 3-inch height advantage. Reach is almost the same though. This is going to be a very interesting fight.
Yeah, who do you got, Alan?
Honestly, I got Asplund
Really? How by what measure?
by finish.
Knockout?
Don't hate me. I don't know if knockout or submission, but definitely, not definitely, but likely by finish, bro. Asplund, okay. When you got a guy that's 95% muscle like Vitor Petrino, you need a lot of blood to fill that muscle. You need a lot of red blood cells, which leads to the muscular guy getting tired a lot more quickly than a guy with a little bit of jiggle room, if you know what I'm saying. That stored fat actually serves as an advantage to Asplund because he has more energy reserves in his body internally. He's also 3 inches taller. He also has slight half-inch reach advantage, but couple that with the height advantage, I think it works out in his favor. He's not as experienced, about half the fights that Vitor Petrino has. He's bigger. He's violent. He loves to fight. I think this is his, first or second fight in the UFC after Contender Series? I think second, maybe. Yeah. He beat Sharaf.
Oh yeah, Sean Sharaf.
Yeah. He beat him by knockout. Yeah, I'm sure you were. All right. So he beat him, 3-inch height advantage, leg reach, 4.5 inches. Vitor Petrino has been finished before in the UFC, I believe.
Anthony Smith is one of them. He choked him.
Yeah, Dustin Jacoby's another one by knockout. Yeah, I'm going Asplund by finish.
Yeah, I would say Asplund, maybe knockout second round.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not going with Petrino.
No, I think Asplund's gonna get it done. I mean, look at those stats too. Like Asplund has all the advantages here.
Except experience.
True, he doesn't have the experience aspect, but
and he's not as shredded.
Yeah, he's not as shredded.
You going Asplund?
Yeah, going Asplund, knockout second round.
I thought that was a bit of a controversial take, but all right, let's get it.
Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe in your mind it's controversial.
I feel like most people, if you show them this fight, they'll probably pick Petrino. But we're not casuals; we know better.
Exactly.
That's why we're going Steven Asplund
and
lock.
And I'd like to remind the casuals something. Y'all thought that Paddy Pimblett was going to destroy Justin Gaethje. Who set you straight on that, boys and girls? We did,
brother. This is
that's my ultimate example right there.
That shit was. I was so certain that Gaethje was gonna beat the fuck out of Paddy. I was like,
yeah, but all these casuals were saying like, oh, he's gonna get subbed, he's gonna get finished by Paddy Pimblett. Like, shut the hell up.
All these casuals that don't actually train. You train, you see how much better Gaethje was. My brother reminds me of that one too, because he was like, everybody was Team Paddy, and you were the one hot take online that said Gaethje. Bro, trust me. Petrino is also very good. I don't want this to seem like it's the same.
No. Petrino is very good.
I'm going 59% chance that Asplund wins and 41% chance that Petrino wins.
Alan's giving the percentages now. You know it's serious. Mm-hmm. Okay, Alan. Now we are on the main card.
What accent is that? German? You got a flashback?
The main card. Yeah, probably.
Okay. Main card opener. We have Charles Energy Johnson. Fucking love this dude taking on Bruno.
This guy's a fucking savage, man.
Dude, he's the Michael Johnson of flyweight if ever there was one, bro. He knocked out. Hold on. Let's just look at some of the names.
Yeah, click on it.
Okay. He lost to Alex Perez. He knocked out Lonnie Calvin.
That's great. And Lanier is like top 5 now.
He just beat the shit out of Moreno. He
That was
lost.
crazy though.
He lost to Temerov. He beat Sumu Darji. Knocked out Josh Van. Okay,
That's crazy too. The champion of the flyweight division, he knocked him out.
he beat Jake Hadley, who I believe up to that point was either undefeated or very close to it.
He beat Maxim also.
He beat Azat Maxim.
Azat Maxim, yeah. And he beat Rafael. He lost to Rafael Estevam.
Yeah.
He lost to Cody Durden.
But then watch this. Watch this. He lost to Ode Osborne. He knocked out Jimmy Flick. He beat Jalga Shazuma.
Yeah.
He lost to Makai.
Oh, yeah, try to pronounce
Look
it
at the caliber of fighters that he has faced in the UFC. He has fought the who's who of this division. All right. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Charles Energy Johnson. There's nothing that can be done to dissuade me from being a fan.
Alan's inner fanboy of energy is showing.
Yes, sir. He's taking on Bruno Silva, who I watched in person get knocked out by Josh Van. Not saying that to be against them. I'm just saying it was pretty memorable. Energy's coming off of a loss. Bruno Silva's coming off a win. 5-inch height advantage for Energy Johnson. 5-inch reach advantage and 5-inch leg reach advantage. Couple that with the fact that I give him the cardio advantage as well. I do not see a way where Bruno Silva wins. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't think Bruno Silva is going to win this fight at all. I mean, honestly, I think Charles Energy by finish, dude.
Energy by finish, yeah. Yeah. Energy by knockout.
Energy by knockout, probably second round.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting one at featherweight.
Yes, sir. We got Marwan Rahiki taking on Harry Hardwick. Harry Hardwick.
Harry Hardwick.
Fucking crazy debut against. Who did he fight? Balaji Oki? No,
Balaji Oki was Mike Aswell.
He fought the guy that leg kicked the shit out of him.
Yeah, I'm looking up. Oh crap, though. Harry has a hard fight in front of him, though.
Cowie Fernandez. That's who he fought.
Yeah, Cowie beat him.
He beat the shit out of his legs. But Harry Hardwick is either, what is he, a 1-division champion or a 2-division champion in Cage Warriors?
Hardwick was the featherweight champion. His brother George won the lightweight title.
Yeah. Good family fighters.
But Alan, he's got a tough show in front of him. Marwan Rahiki, he's from Australia. In 7 wins, he has 6 knockouts and 1 sub. He's at 100% finish rate. He's making his debut. He's from Morocco. He originally hails from Morocco. He lives in Australia. And yeah.
What am I going to say, okay?
What are you going to say? It doesn't matter.
What am I going to say about somebody who's 6-0, 7-0? All finishes. What am I going to say?
They ain't seen nothing yet. That's what you're going to say.
Not necessarily, but I will say this. Everybody's always hot on guys that are 6-0, 7-0, and they're always the betting favorite. You got a guy like Harry Hardwick, who is the champion of a weight class in an organization like Cage Warriors. 13-4-1. Has the experience advantage. The reach is almost the same. Leg reach is almost the same. Height is the same. Rahiki has never fought in the UFC before, and Harry Hardwick got the jitters out of his system, and now he needs a win to solidify his place. I think Harry Hardwick by decision.
Okay. I can see that.
I think he drags it into deep water, and he shows why he's in the UFC.
You might be right about that, I think. And it would be Harry's first win, so yeah. I think Harry Hardwick by decision. That's what I would probably go with as well. I think
no fucking way you were thinking Harry Hardwick by decision.
No, I've seen Harry Hardwick fight in Cage Warriors, dude. Like I know he has what it takes, but I was just saying in terms of Rahiki, like this guy is something else.
Yeah. I just don't think it's going to be enough to get past Harry Hardwick. Bro, look at this. He has more than double the experience. More than double. That's not nothing. And especially if your experience includes the highest levels of Cage Warriors and you already made your UFC debut, even if it's a loss, he made it. Okay, I'll also say this. He made his debut at lightweight against Cowie Fernandez, who is a knockout artist at lightweight. So, very respectfully, Harry Hardwick by decision.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Let's see. What the fuck?
I mean, what am I even supposed to do with this?
I don't know, but we got to go over that one anyway. So let me
Andre
see if
the Giant Feely is taking
yeah,
Jose Delgado.
yeah. Andre is definitely grown tall.
Yeah, bro, there's fucking two giants. They must be at super heavyweight. Nah, they're fighting at they also. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, but well, first thing though, we got so obviously Andre Philly is a seasoned veteran. He has 25 wins, 12 losses, 10 knockouts, 3 subs. And actually, in his last fight, he beat Christian C-Rod Rodriguez.
Who has a win over who? Remind us?
Raul Rosas.
Junior.
Yeah. And he's faced
Andre Feely is the veteran in this fight. Jose Delgado is the young up and comer. What's Delgado's record again?
Delgado is 10-2, 100% finish rate, 6 knockouts, 4 subs. So he never goes to the scorecards. His last fight, though, he lost to Nathaniel Wood by decision.
Daniel Wood is so fucking good, bro.
Daniel
Wood. Say that again?
Jose knocked out Hyder Emil, though, in the first round.
Yeah, that's a big win. I think Jose Delgado is younger and hungrier. Andre Feely is no longer that young, hungry guy, especially after that knockout loss to Dan Ige. That looked like a knockout that changed him. I'm going Jose Delgado to win, either by knockout or by decision. That's no disrespect to Feely. Feely's honestly one of my favorite featherweights to watch. I've never seen a boring Andre Feely fight. So I'm excited for this one, but I just got Jose Delgado winning.
Yeah, I think Delgado probably by knockout in the first round.
First round?
Dude, he knocked out Hyder Emil in the first round, dude.
Yeah, but Hyder Emil is not an experienced vet. He was making his debut or had his second fight in the
maybe second round, but like I don't know. I think he's definitely going to be knocking out Philly. Like I think that's 100% certain here. I think Philly is going to get knocked out.
So you're saying he's a lock?
Yeah, I think Delgado's a lock.
Damn. All right. Fair enough. To each their own. All right, we got 3 fights left on the card.
Sir.
Holy shit. We got the big boys fighting. We got Ion Kudalaba taking on Omar Sy at light heavyweight.
Umar.
19, huh?
Umar.
There's an O and a U. I'll pick which one I say. No,
Weimar.
Weimar. I like that one. Umar Sy is fighting Ion Kudalaba. 19-11-1. Holy fuck. Versus 12-1. Coming off a loss, coming off a win. 3-inch height advantage for Mr. Sy. Holy fuck. 8-inch reach advantage for Mr. Sy. Some guy tell us what's going to happen.
So I think Weimar Sy, is going to probably get the win here. If I had to be a betting man, hold on, I'm trying to pull this up.
Which we are on the show.
We are betting men on this show. So Umar Sy has five knockouts and 4 subs. So in 12 wins, he has 9 finishes. His last win was in September. He knocked out Brenson Hibero in the first round. And then his only loss so far in the UFC was to Alonzo Menafield by decision. Before that, he beat Da-Un Jung by decision and then subbed Tokos in the first round. So if I had to pick, I would probably say Umar by decision.
I'm going Umar by knockout.
You think he's gonna knock out Kutalaba?
Yeah. Umar, E1 likes to rush in. He likes to stand in the pocket and bang. If he does that against Umar, I don't think his chin holds up enough. I think Umar's chin is going to hold up far better than Kutalaba's. Because at 12-1, you're no longer that rookie kid who's 6-0, 7-0. You
I mean,
are
yeah,
an experienced fighter. At 19-11, you've lost before, so one loss isn't really the biggest deal to you anymore psychologically. And with the problems that Umar, bro, 3 inches in height, 8 inches in reach, knockout.
yeah. I think Umar. But then, okay, but then again with Kutalaba, you know who else was a striker that he beat?
Mhm.
Ibo Aslan. He subbed him. So, and Ibo Aslan like to shoot, like fire, like large power shots. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm also leaning towards Umar C. I mean, you're obviously going by knockout.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yep.
going by decision. So, guess you folks will have to watch that fight to see who was right and how he wins. So
I'll say C is a lock, though.
yeah, he is definitely a lock in this fight.
Yeah.
Ooh, that Coleman, dude.
What a good co-main event. And I'm honestly good for Jillian Robertson that they
Yeah, he deserves it.
She deserves it more than any other female fighter on the roster.
She is very talented.
She's a fucking, I say this in the best possible way, she's a fucking beast. She is so talented on the ground, bro. Her jiu-jitsu is some of the best in the sport.
Her nickname's actually Savage, so we should call her by what her title is.
Savage. Jillian the Savage Robertson. She got a tough fight in front of her again in Lemos.
Number 5 too. This is a big step for Jillian Robertson. She's number 8. She's fighting number 5 in the strawweight division, a former title challenger.
Amanda Lemos is coming off of a loss though to Tatiana Suarez. No doy. Nobody beats Suarez other than Zhang Weili. But Jillian Robertson's coming off of a win versus Marina Rodriguez. All right. So that's a high caliber win right there. In terms of strikers, I would say Rodriguez is a better striker than Lemos. She absolutely has more reach and height. Amanda Lemos is very explosive. But if Jillian Robertson has 1 inch in height. She actually has a reach disadvantage. If she closes that distance, I think Jillian Robertson does to Amanda Lemos what Oliveira did to Holloway.
Yeah. I think Jillian has all the tools she needs, Alan. I think she has all the tools she needs to hope. I'm really hoping she gets a finish, puts a stamp on this fight, maybe gets put at number 4 and enters that title conversation. Honestly, her versus Mackenzie Dern for the strawweight title, that really sounds super enticing to me, man. Like, that is a great grappling match right there.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I'm a big fan of both these women. I'm picking Jillian Robertson. I guess I'm a little bit biased, but it's going to be a great fight, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. I'm very excited for this co-main.
Yeah, no. And Jillian Robertson, I think by sub.
By sub. I think maybe by decision, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see with that.
Yeah. All right.
Main event time.
Yes, sir. Number 11 versus number 14. Josh Emmett takes on Kevin Vallejos. Vallejos is young. He's like 23 years old, right?
Yeah, let me double check that. I believe you are right. He is 23 years old.
23 versus approximately 43.
24, but you're close. You literally got it. Yeah.
20. Oh, it must have been his birthday recently.
24. But he's
versus 43 years old.
41. Emmett's 41.
Almost on the money for both of them. Yeah. Young up and coming prospect, grizzled vet. But if you look at their fucking records, they're almost there's no real experience gap there other than the caliber of fighters that Josh Emmett has fought. Emmett's coming off of a loss. He's taken a lot of damage in his career, but he does have that one-shot knockout power more than anybody else.
Holy crap! You know what I can't forget. I can never get out of my head how he fucking destroyed Bryce Mitchell. Holy, he murdered him. Dude.
Why?
He murdered him. He like laid him out like
Bro's a goof.
murder.
Yeah, that
Absolute murder, man.
That was a vicious knockout. 17-1 is a phenomenal record. Coming off of a win. He has a 1-inch height advantage, which is pretty much the same. Josh Emmett has a 2-inch reach advantage. Not too much. It's not going to be too significant, I don't think. If we're talking who has the striking advantage, in terms of speed, I'm going Vallejos. In terms of power, I'm going Josh Emmett still. But even there, it's not like Vallejos doesn't have the power. He's got the power to sleep basically anybody he wants. It's just Josh Emmett has that nuclear fucking option that a lot of guys don't. Who do you think wins this fight, Simkai?
This is a tough one for me. I mean, I think Josh Emmett, with the power, definitely if he lands one good shot within 5 rounds, given the fact if it even makes 5 rounds, if he lands one shot and you can put out Vallejos, like there's no question about that. Like if he lands like a really good power shot, he's gonna lay him out. But at the same time, someone like Vallejos is also experienced on the feet. He has 12 knockouts and 2 subs in 17 wins. So he has about a 70% finish rate. And Vallejos knocked out Giga Chikadze in the 2nd round.
Yeah, yeah. When you talk about a win over Giga Chikadze by finish, at 24 years old, at the time 23 years old, brother, that is sensational. That is, I can't overstate how impressive that is. So they fought very similar caliber fighters. Vallejos is almost 2 decades younger. I'm gonna go Vallejos by knockout before the 5th round.
I would say, yeah, I can't really argue with that. I mean, Josh Emmett has the power, and if Vallejos gives him the chance, he could very well get knocked out. But I still think, regardless, Kevin Vallejos knockout, maybe 3rd or 2nd round, end of 2nd, 3rd round. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I can see that happening. All right, let's go through this real quick just to pick the locks that we're going to be taking.
Yes,
I'm taking Umar.
We need the get picks. Let's go.
The get picks. Okay, I got to pull up DraftKings for the get picks. Actually, let me Google DraftKings and just share my screen. Let's do that. You want to do that?
Let's do that, bro. Let's do it.
DraftKings. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let me log in right quick. Apologies for the wait. 1 second, sir.
Oh, sorry. Just fixing my shirt.
Horrendous. I can't believe you would do this.
No, I'm sorry, bro.
Hold on. Damn, it's not really letting me. Okay, fuck it. I'm just going to go through on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So, DraftKings.
Give us the get picks.
All right. We're going to go UFC. Let's pick some fights. My parlay last week actually did really good. Kevin Vallejos is a minus 550 favorite, understandably so. Jillian Robertson is a minus 200 favorite, understandable. Umar C minus 258. Yup, understandable. Jose Delgado heavy favorite. Marwan Rahiki is a minus 258 favorite over Harry Hardwick. I'm going Harry Hardwick at plus 210. That's a get pick and a half for you guys. Charles Johnson at minus 175. I'll take that. I'll take Vitor Petrino is minus 250 against Steven Asplund. I'm taking
Interesting.
Steven Asplund. I don't give a fuck what Vegas says. I'm taking Steve Asplund.
Vegas can suck these nuts.
Dead ass. Eric Anders and Brad Tavares, like we were saying, very close. Eric Anders is the slight favorite at minus 115 to minus 105. Very close. Chris Curtis is a plus 270 underdog against Oralby. Oralby is minus 340. Okay. Beatriz Mosquita is minus 650.
Okay.
That's exactly what I said. She's one of the best in the world. That's why she's such a heavy favorite. Okay, get picks of the week are Eric Anders to beat Brad Tavares, minus 115. Then we're going to take Steven Asplund at plus 205 to beat Vitor Petrino. That's 2. We're going to take Charles Johnson to beat Bruno Gustavo da Silva at minus 175 money. This is all money line. And then we're going to take Harry Hardwick to win over Marwan Rahiki at plus 210.
Okay.
Those are the picks.
Those are the get picks for this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
So, Alan, this is quite the card we have for Saturday.
Yep.
So everyone's going to have to go and watch. I believe the times, I have to check, but I'm pretty sure.
5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or there's no 7 o'clock.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock it is. But
8 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock on the prelims. This is going to be an amazing card. You do not want to miss it.
Absolutely. Yep. Anything else you want to mention before we hop off, Simkai?
Nope. We covered it for today.
All right. Awesome. There you have it, folks. There you have it. This has been episode 51. We will see you back here for episode 52.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you guys. We love you, and we'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Peace.